G'day guys, this is Tristan and Paulie from Lagging Aus Gamers.
And if you're watching these in chronological order in which we filmed them, I've not been on in a while.
You're not gonna be, don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
Naomi. What a bitch.
Dude! You're breaking the illusion! The fourth wall! The fourth wall!
I'm the ace of spades. It's fine.
Put that down. That's a broken card anyway. I wouldn't worry about it. So we're playing Xcom, Enemy Unknown. Recent release this year. A lot of fun. I haven't finished it yet.
Or last year. Depending which year you're listening to this into.
What if they're listening to it in 2009? Fuck you and your ice. We're not going to enable Iron Man, because...
Paul's gay.
We're going to enable Iron Man.
Winner!
So yeah, basically that means you no longer get to save, and if you screw up, you live with that. And we're just going to play on normal, because, I don't know, I'm pretty cool like that. Tristan, you haven't seen any of this game, have you?
I haven't. And I'm going to turn my phone to silent and ignore that.
I think I disabled the tutorial. Maybe I didn't.
I think I disabled your face. Can you skip the cutscenes?
Apparently. I spent a lot of time trying to... So basically what you do in the beginning of this is you pick where you want your base, and it gives you a brief bonus. That's aircraft and aircraft weapons, which I think will...
Alright.
Laboratories and workshops.
Autopsies and interrogations. Oh! That seems like it's... a decent...
Maybe.
That seems like it's a decent bonus. 30% extra money.
It's not bad. It's not
Although
bad at all.
I assume that you wouldn't start... Well, Foundry and
all
office training
that seems
cost
better
less.
to me, I think.
But, I mean, if you've got North America, what did you have in North America? Like,
North America is...
all aircraft and weapons cost 50% less, but you start off with less money.
And aircraft weapons. You don't start with less money, but the thing is, the maintenance for those things isn't that huge anyway. So I think we're going to go with Asia. It doesn't really matter.
We're heading into China for the next operation.
So Glenn Waverley. What?
Well, that's a nice reference that everyone on the internet will get.
I think most of the internet has come through Glenn Waverley.
Basic synopsis of Xcom.
Turn-based strategy.
Okay.
Aliens have invaded Earth. You are basically the UN, or a military arm of the UN. That's not what Xcom is, that's basically just the easiest way I can summarize that in one theory. So basically I've got my Marines here, which are my ground team. This is how the combat works. So I can move them. Basically you always want to keep your Marines in cover.
Alright.
I don't know if they're actually Marines, I'm just calling them that. They're just soldiers.
Soldiers of fortune living in the LA Underground?
Not in any way.
So what you're saying is these guys aren't the A-team?
That is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Overwatch means that if the enemy moves into their line of sight during a turn, they'll take a shot at them. And these guys are all rookies at the moment, so they're basically going to die.
Good use. I assume this is a basic first mission, and you knew that was probably going to happen?
Oh yeah, these guys are scrubs. You don't need to worry about them. They're not going to take you out.
Terrible shots.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. Like, my guys are bad, but like if I'm careful, they will be better.
Yeah.
And at the moment they have no specializations, but as they rank up, you can make them into sort of sniper class, and you can see there's all stats down here. And if I go into more info, there's like, this is why I'm getting less 45%.
All right.
Because of my aim, and you can obviously get more abilities there from learning. Oh, apparently I fired. My bad.
Huh? What does it really matter? Does he have the flag, the Chinese flag on his back?
I didn't look, but yeah, they will have the flag of their nation on their back. And you can see there's half cover and full cover there.
So are they more like? Do you know if they're more likely to have an Asian nation as the flag on their back if you're in the Asian region?
I actually don't. I don't think it matters. I think it's completely random, but that would be a nice little touch.
Alright, because well, that's the English flag on his back there.
Yeah, I've usually have sort of a German, an Asian, an English, an American, or something.
Do I mean the Chinese flag?
I don't know. I didn't look. The Chinese flag is 3 stars up in the corner. And it's red.
That looks like something. It's placed.
And you can see if I move, I haven't seen the flag. I didn't look, but you can see if I move there, I won't be able to shoot in the middle of the turn. So that counts as 2 movements, and you can see those 2 bars over here. They count as the how many actions they have per turn, and reloading, throwing a grenade, going into Overwatch, or any of these actions down the bottom here count as 1 action.
Alright, so this obviously isn't all of the game. You don't just randomly drop in for your
No,
there's missions and things like that.
This is just if you play the tutorial, all but one of your soldiers dies, but it's very heavily handheld, so you can't fail it. But this is one way. I know there is an achievement in this game. We're obviously playing on PC, so Steam achievements. But there is an achievement in this game for having one soldier in it. And this is one thing that happens a lot. You'll move a soldier forward thinking you've got one alien cornered, and then 3 or 4 more will pop up.
Or like there, where you just moved your guy forward and those guys popped up to the right of the rest of the team.
Yeah.
But obviously to a more extreme circumstance.
Yeah, like when you pop up, and people who've played Xcom will notice this. You can also rotate the camera.
Alright.
Will notice this. You see how those covers are red? That means my guys will be flanked if I move them there.
Alright, so because these guys at the bottom of your screen, you guys can't see me pointing, but now it's to the top of the screen.
Yeah, because that alien's still up there.
That alien can see them, but the other aliens, you would be in cover those in theory.
So yeah, now that I've taken care of them, I can move these guys up.
Video looked a little janky.
There's a lot of that in this game. It's based on dice rolls as opposed to being based on
what's actually happening.
What you're seeing. But what you're seeing is actually fairly neat representation.
I've heard some issues with this game in regards to being behind a wall.
How so?
In regards to like rockets and grenades and things like that.
Oh yeah, if there are certain guys with grenades, you can have your team nicely positioned in good sniping cross sections, and then all of a sudden you will get exploded.
Okay.
A neat little trick. See how these two are psychic linked?
Yep.
If I kill... Oh, there you go.
Well, there we go.
If I kill that guy, I will kill them both. So I'm going to run this guy over here.
And that will leave him with one action?
Yep. And you can see how that yellow thing there is... Oh, I didn't know that. You can also see the chance to hit is 88% on that guy. If I click on him, do I just go into attack? Yes, I do. I've never done that before.
Okay.
Well, there you go. We're learning. But if you have them flanked, you get a higher chance to hit, and now that guy will die.
I have no idea what the time is. I can tell you in a... if I hadn't thrown my phone so far away. The current time, the current local time is 17:23.
Well, it's 4:14 in Chongqing, China.
So that's the actual time?
I don't fucking know.
It can't be the actual time, because...
Yeah, and then you get ratings at the end of these.
Yeah, that can't be anywhere near the actual time.
I doubt it,
because China is on this side of the world, in terms of timelines.
But here we come back to base, and now I get to show you a bit more of the metagame.
Where was that base? Was that base on that little map in the corner? Was that...
Yeah, I think we're in, I can show you. I didn't actually look, I haven't been paying
It looked like it may have been sort of...
My role in this project is
slightly across from
support for
China, so maybe Japan or something?
Yeah, again, that doesn't really matter.
No,
allow you to focus on the bigger issues at hand. Speaking of which, we have a soldier promotion in the barracks.
Ooh,
I'll let you get to it.
That happens based on kills, and I think on missions gone on, I'm not sure if you can... I think you have to get at least a kill to be promoted, I'm not sure. And there are certain perks you can get which will boost how fast that goes.
Alright, I was wondering how that... Was that...
Yeah, there was a Chinese flag, you're right.
Yeah.
There you go. So we've got a German... French?
That's not French. French is
Or is that
vertical.
Dutch, then?
Yes?
I
don't know, what are you asking me for?
Anyway, so you get different classes. Support class is basically your healer and your cover and your capturer.
Alright, so basically from... He is always going to be a class, but you can sort of take the trees in separate directions.
Yeah, I can pick any of these two abilities.
So there was...
One or the other.
Was there one of each?
The way they get promoted, I think, depends basically on the way you use them in a fight. So if you kill at long range, you're more likely to get a sniper, but I think it is just dice rolls.
So basically, the people you got, were they one of each type? Or?
No, they were all just recruits. Recruits have no abilities.
Recruits have no abilities, but are they already a heavy on a
No,
support?
they are just recruits.
Okay.
They have nothing. And then, see, these guys are just recruits
and
down
then
here. These two have been promoted.
They will get turned into...
a squaddy, which has that, and then after you... Then they...
So you never get to pick what they get turned into, it's just how you use them.
Yeah, I think you can influence by how you use them.
Okay. Well, that's... Oh. I was wondering how this was shown. It was weird, I finished the middle of a sentence there. I was wondering how the base was shown in this game.
It's a nice cross-section. This is based off an older game. I'm not sure how accurate this is to it, but this is a nice way to do it, I think. You can also go into engineering and talk to this guy. And this is where you build like extra facilities for your base and build weapons, armors, medkits, etc.
with robots, obviously.
Oh yeah, I mean, because the idea is like this is a United Nations like project to defend the alien, and we've got funding from every country, which we'll go into a bit later. But if you go here, build facilities, we can build more stuff down below the base.
Okay.
At the moment, we don't really have enough engineers.
Except for that, that's steam.
We can use that to get an extra power generator.
Oh yeah, alright. Yeah. And I assume the spots that are already open cost less to build stuff in them?
Yeah, they just cost the project cost and you don't have to excavate them first.
Okay, sweet.
We won't bother going in there yet.
No, I assume you're not that high in the amount of money.
Hello, Commander.
It's not the money, it's the amount of engineers we have. Because they reduce time and unlock certain new projects.
Alright.
This is where all of Xcom's research and development takes place.
Great.
We have
this is actually
for all the research and development.
I think personally I find this to be the most important area of Xcom.
Okay.
Because this unlocks new things you can build at the armory, new things you can build at the foundry. It upgrades like your jets, it upgrades your soldiers, and eventually it unlocks psychic powers.
Alright.
So we want to get right in there. The other thing is it doesn't tell you really what stuff does. Like, you can learn certain stuff.
So, alien appears, fragments remain, powerful alien weaponry. Okay, so basically what's that? That's taking a look into weapon fragments.
Yeah, you get a rough idea of like, what it will do from that description. But generally, I just go for the fastest or the top one.
So in weapon fragments, you'd have to go out and take fragments from aliens you've killed.
Like when you kill aliens, they said it disintegrates the weapons, so killing aliens gives you weapon fragments.
Okay.
This gives you sectoid corpses, which are those tiny grey aliens we killed.
Okay.
And this is more weapon fragments. I think we're going to go with this one first, because I think it gives you a slightly stronger armor, and you want your marines to survive as long as possible, so they reach higher ranks and can do stuff.
Okay.
I will notify you when a complete report is available.
We're going to go to the situation. Oh, we can't go to the situation room yet. We have to go here first. There you go. We're down, sort of in.
Well, what's that? That's
like northern Indonesia kind of way. What's those islands? That's
That's
interesting.
Well, up there where the satellite is, that's what Japan there.
That's Japan. That's Korea over there, and that's sort of I don't know exactly where that is.
Yeah, that's
We're ignorant.
That's probably a place.
So this is how you progress time in the game. You sort of scan for alien activity, and here we go.
Commander, we picked up multiple requests for assistance.
Oh, there we go. That makes it easier. Oh yeah, so up sort of north of sort of Darwin sort of area.
And around the sort of Papua New Guinea is there.
Well, yeah, Papua New Guinea is there, yeah. So it's Malaysian, Asian sort of islands.
So the thing is, with these quests, basically what you want to do, there's panic, which if a country reaches full panic, they withdraw from Xcom and you get no more money from them.
Okay, so
there's mission difficulty.
Well, that makes sense. If you're not helping a company, they're going to go, fuck yeah, we're out.
Yeah. Mission difficulty is basically another thing, because if you don't have a very good team, you don't want to take a very difficult mission.
Yeah.
And the reward is mostly what you want to focus on early on. Engineers is good. Scientists is good, but that's a moderate mission. 200 credits isn't really worth it early on. We'd rather be able to research stuff. So I think we're going to head to Canada.
Well, if you go back to Hong Kong, what's this satellite actually doing? I mentioned it before, but what's it doing over the Japanese islands there?
It's basically just monitoring them, and if you have a satellite over a country, they will give you funding. We're going to go to Toronto.
Yep.
They'll give you funding, and if you have a satellite over each country in a continent, they will give you an extra bonus. Like, they might give you some engineers per month or something.
So, if you have a satellite over them, does it make them panic less or something like that?
Yeah, it also reduces panic.
Alright.
But if the satellite gets shot down, they panic a hell of a lot more. And they will withdraw, which is really bad when you have a good game going.
Well, that makes sense, because if you're watching if you're directly watching the place, I assume it makes more sense for them not to panic as much.
Yeah. These abductions are one type of missions, but there are several other types of missions.
So this isn't a story mission, it's not going to progress the story or anything. Is there a story, actually?
There is a story, or rather you get a series of objectives, and there are different ways to progress them. But these missions keep coming hot and fast regardless, so you have to kind of be ready and aware.
Reading you 555.
So Heavy has the rocket ability, but if you, and most of our units are still equipped with frag grenades because we haven't researched anything else, but if you blow up an alien, you will get less resources, like the weapon fragments and the sectoid corpses I was talking about before. So you want to try not to use those, but I think the most important resource is actually your soldiers, so if you have to use one to keep them alive, it's probably better to do that.
Alright. So, okay, so cutscenes if you're going longer?
Cutscenes are the last action for a turn, or if you kill someone.
Okay.
Overwatch is terrible early on.
Well, obviously you missed it completely. Is it different sort of models for each area? This is America, and that looks to me like an American cab.
There quotation marks. Yeah, there's.
Do Asian cabs look different?
This map is definitely an American one. There are certain tile sets for each map. Like France is a very specific one as well. Elevation is another very important thing to take care of because it does give you a massive aim bonus.
So
cars can also be exploded.
The blue circle of area is a short, as half a turn.
Yeah, is one of the moving within that is one action, which allows you to then shoot, take cover, throw a smoke grenade, which makes you harder to hit. It's a good idea to cycle through these to make sure you're hitting the one you've got the most chance to hit.
Also, well, you're doing that, but as you realised before, you could also use the skulls on the bottom corner.
Yeah, I generally use tab to do it, just because the skulls kind of don't really relate to anything you can see on screen, so it's a bit confusing. I find it a bit confusing.
Well, yeah, but now you know the actual...
Yeah, so you can just say, I have the most chance to hit that one, for example. But if he's...
Yes, but they're all 47% in this case.
Yeah, well, that guy's 27.
Ew, gross.
But I'd rather shoot at this guy, because he's up high and has the most chance to hit my guys.
Has the most chance to hit your guys. But
he's
going to duck again, yeah.
There is a very specific style of cutscene you can see for when you actually do hit someone. And I'll try and show that off soon if these goddamn rookies will hit.
So, you have the same guys that were in before?
Yeah, this is the identical squad. I have a bunch of other recruits back at the base, but there's no point putting them in, because like, if one of these soldiers gets wounded, I won't be able to use them for the next mission, in theory. Damn it, I missed again. Oh no, I hit him. I just didn't kill him. The kill animation is very different. It'll like zoom in tight and show.
Like something like the kill screen on... Oh, I can't even think of a game right now. Where it's just sort of...
yeah, the
Fallout 3 is a good example.
Yeah, like the execution kind of... Oh, New Vegas, yeah.
Yeah. Where you get...
You get the shot of their head exploding or whatever because you hit them.
Or you see the bullet going through the air.
So you can see these guys are all shooting and luckily missing, but it shows you where they're shooting and who they're not hitting or hitting. Did that guy get hit? No. No. The worst moment, I think, in this game is when it zooms in behind an alien in a kill shot and you're like, oh god damn it.
Who did you kill?
I was like, oh no, I've lost a Marine.
Would that guy be really easy to shoot from there? Or?
No, because you can see how his cover is still red.
Alright.
That means he's not flanked. But if I move this guy over here... See, this guy's done Overwatch.
He's on Overwatch.
And he's hit. But he hasn't killed him, so that's fine.
Three hits for 1 health? Or 3 health?
It's just 3 health. The animations are actually fairly meaningless in this. But you can see how his cover's yellow now. It means I have more chance to hit. And that's a kill animation.
Okay. Well,
which means I also killed that guy.
Based on when we get that guy back. So yeah, he's got those bars above his... This guy here, Voss, has what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars across his head.
Yep.
So when one of those are his health.
Yeah.
So when one of those goes out, he's lost a point of health.
Yeah. I'm gonna aim for that guy.
That guy conveniently popped his head up.
There we go. Again, the animations are just completely useless. Like, you will shoot guys through walls and somehow kill them in some weird thing going on.
At least in that point, he actually had his head popped up from cover. Yeah. What have we got? 25 and 45.
So, I mean, a lot of this game is just sort of like, that's just the bigger number, I'm going to go with that.
Firing by numbers.
As it gets on later on, there's a lot more strategy, because there are some enemies that will always move towards you if you attack them.
Alright, and there's the flying enemies and things like that?
Flying enemies...
All on the ground?
No, there are flying enemies that give you less chance to hit them in general, but they can't really use cover. There's one particular enemy that has a move where it jetpacks directly behind you, and it always does that to my shotgun troops, which is just a great moment.
Are you being sarcastic at this point in time?
No, they will jetpack behind my shotgun troops, and then I will...
Turn around and shotgun them in the face?
Yeah, I'll just kill them.
Alright, so 2 hits means 2 health points, or...
I'm not sure if there's actually a correlation there.
Or is it...
they will do an amount of damage.
More dangerous enemies, it would be more.
It depends on dice rolls. Guns can do so you can see here it says does up to 4 damage.
Okay.
So I will do somewhere in between 3 and 4 unless I get a critical hit, which I only have 10% chance to get.
And you've only got 25% chance to hit.
I may as well fire. I mean, I'm going to fire.
It's not going to hurt.
Troops, yeah.
Well, you probably could have overwatched in case that guy came out of cover.
Yeah, that is an idea. But
I mean, that person that far away.
Finish this fight before then. Vas, why you do me?
Only 2?
Oh, that's not too bad. There's the other thing. If you run out of ammo, like for example, I could fire a rocket in there.
Alright.
I won't.
Why would you?
Because I can probably take him out before then.
Especially with that being
you can see there as
move.
well. If you look at the assault rifles there, I'm running low on ammo.
So basically, you're going for this guy in the corner, that guy, because he will kill both.
He won't kill anyone, I don't think. But if I can kill him, oh yes.
Yeah, it will kill both of the aliens.
Yeah.
All right. Makes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lob a grenade.
An amount of sense. So, with the glitch I mentioned earlier, glitch, quotation marks. If that landed on the other side of the wall, it could have easily killed him.
Yeah. Okay. When using explosives, while certainly effective at killing aliens,
excellent.
they also destroy.
She doesn't like it when you blow people up because it gives less resources for the researchers.
Okay. I was wondering what she was having a bitch about in the corner. So you're jet setting all over the world to kill aliens in order to keep the Earth stable.
And you can see nicely hidden behind the microphone, there is time progression down there. So each action does take time, and that means more time to research, more time to wait for another alien to rock up.
Well, did the start of the mission give you an amount of time?
No, the time doesn't progress when you're on a mission. Okay. Unless it progresses by a standard amount.
But did the start of the mission tell you that you would spend this amount of time?
No, it didn't mention anything like that. So this is one of the best abilities, is running gun. It means I can move 2 of those squares and still either reload, shoot, or use an ability.
Okay. So that's basically the base for this assault class.
Yeah, their idea is to get it right at personal, which is why they're equipped with a shotgun.
Alright, so you got 2 guys wounded.
Okay.
One for 6 days and 1 for 9 days?
Yeah, so basically if an alien rocks up, I'll have to take someone else on the mission. Which is probably good, because I want to start leveling up a few guys.
Alright, because in case someone dies in your team and you need to take someone else in?
Yeah, because you don't want to have your 3 colonels die and then have to rock in with a bunch of rookies against the higher tier enemies.
Okay,
because they will just get destroyed.
It kind of screws you over on the whole entire game, I guess.
Personally, I really like this one because it means they can move a lot further and a lot faster. So if you want to spec out a medic, I like going with this one.
What's the other one?
The other one is reaction shot to trigger on enemy attacks.
Okay.
But so that's like if you have Overwatch and someone attacks, they will open fire.
But I mean, a reaction shot in real life wouldn't be as accurate. Is it similar?
No, there is actually an aim penalty to the reaction shots, which is why they're so terrible when you've got a bunch of rookies running around doing it.
Well, fair enough. I mean,
shout out to Fitch.
Reconsider.
Oh, whoops!
You chose Reconsider.
My bad.
Warhammer 40k.
Not bad game. So this won't actually be a problem because we actually have 2 squaddies. So
all right,
we've still got a solid team for early game.
So you're gonna take those
because we went to America, we get 4 scientists, but panic
you
lose.
Yeah, panic across Africa.
Be in touch, Commander.
So if we head to the
are you gonna take? So you'll take 2 squaddies and 2 rookies. Or the two high-powered guys, your most high-powered guys, and 2 rookies.
You definitely want a couple of experienced men on each mission.
So, would you prefer to take, well, in that case, 2 second-tier guys and 2 rookies?
Yeah, I would.
1 second-tier guy, 1 first-tier guy, and 2 rookies, or 1 top-tier guy, 3 rookies?
Really depends how I'm feeling. I like to have at least 2 competent guys, so if the mission goes to hell, they can at least get out alive and get it done.
Fair enough.
So here you can see what we've got. Panic. South Africa's panicking.
South Africa and China are going nuts.
In this case, I think we're going to launch to China. You can see the bonus you get for the single country is $100 per month, and because we have 2 satellites, we're getting 3 engineers per month.
Okay.
And once we get all 4 countries across Asia, because we already have Japan, we're going to get a higher bonus out of this.
Okay.
So bonus future combat, I'm not entirely sure what that does. I'm no real way to check yet. Well, there is a way to check. You can go in and figure it out.
So up the top says 1 available, 1 out of 2 in orbit. That's how many satellites you have overall.
Yeah, so we've got 2 out of 2 in orbit now.
Okay.
Well, actually, when it finishes launching. So if we go back to...
So that'll take time?
You can see the next event is 2 days. You go back to mission control, you can see there's 2 days here for the alien materials. 3 days for satellite operational. Right. I think we'll just take a break here, actually. I'll come back in.
Hey Paul, when you're editing this, make sure to be sexy.
We'll just come back to this and go, oh, bit of a glitch there.
Oh, my dick! What?
Well, and then just finish this section with the, finish this section and say we're going to do another mission in our next set. So, 25... Whoa! Glitch there. Oh, shit! It's all broken! Anyway, yeah. 25 days for a council report.
Circling that. Alright, so that's basically when you get paid your money and you get your rewards from the council, so we'll go into that. We'll scan to get this research done. We'll assign you research because you want to constantly be researching. Yeah, none of 5 are best. That's how I thought that turned out. That basically makes you guys less likely to die. It gives them like an extra 1 or 2 health. So now that we've spent all those time, that's saying what we got.
You didn't even read what it said. Double weave something.
Oh, it's some codex jargon in the thing. It's like
some kind of nonsense. Some medical jargon or something.
You can see as we've got more scientists, instead of taking 8 days, it now takes only 5.
Commander.
Hello.
Our troops have to put their own survival
We're recording.
first, but every alien we use
Yeah, Dad, you're
explosives
interrupting.
against is one less opportunity to recover new artifacts.
They can hear you.
Either they can't. This is kind of awkward. Waving doesn't come across a microphone.
Do a stupid jig.
Anyway.
So now that we've researched nanofiber vests, you can go to build and buy items, and you can see them there. So it costs 20 credits for one. You can see we have 265 up there.
So
we're going to build like 5, just because these are actually kind of useful.
Okay.
All throughout the game, and you keep these constantly. Like if a Marine dies wearing one, you get it back into your armor.
Okay. That's right.
Actually, we're going to build a medikit as well, because they're super useful.
Okay.
We're only going to build 1. You can also build more jets or more satellites.
In this case, satellites, because you don't have jets.
But
if you build a
our
facility,
satellite uplink, for example, can only support 2 jets.
Okay. So we need
to build another one.
Another one. Okay.
But we don't have enough money or engineers.
All right.
Another thing to note is if I build a satellite uplink right there, I would be able to support 5 satellites because they're
linked. So if you built ones below, would that also?
I don't. No, up and down doesn't work.
Okay, just left or right.
So you want to try and make each level one thing.
So the access lift isn't a really inconvenient place for your satellite uplink.
Well, the access lifts always have to be down this middle corridor.
Oh, well yeah.
We're actually going to build that now.
Because you may need a section one next time.
Well, the other thing is I'm going to try and build this one down, because this is a great level to have power on, because I can build a power generator, then a thermo generator, then a power generator, and have them linked and get extra power out of it. You can see also that's another consideration up there.
Okay, so on this screen here, I was the main area screen, if we go back to that.
This one?
So on this screen, I was thinking it was above ground. When I was thinking about this.
It's below ground. Wait till you see the jets.
Not in this view, but in my mind, the entire place that Xcom was based out of was an above ground area with separate buildings, and it was sort of a RTS sort of view. There was buildings, and you went into each building and all that sort of stuff.
I think as you can look here, like, because I have 2 interceptors and the 1 dropship.
Yep.
That's taking $60. The access lift, every building takes some money out.
Yep.
And my monthly income is actually that.
Okay.
The other thing is I can visit the grey market and I can sell this stuff off, but the danger is I might not have it for a research project.
Yeah, alright.
And it's probably more valuable unless you're really desperate to get something out, just hang on to it as much as possible.
Well, yeah, the weapon fragments are what, $1 in this case.
We'll cover that when that comes up.
The scraps and all that sort of stuff cost worth a tiny bit more.
And you can see if we go into here to the hangar, we've got these 2 ships. They're both stationed in Asia at the moment, which is good because both our satellites are up in Asia. So whenever you build a satellite, you want to make sure you have an interceptor that's properly equipped to deal with any alien threats that come through, so you can shoot it down and not lose a satellite. Because losing a satellite is bad news.
Okay.
Barracks offers a training school is kind of important. It's basically just passive upgrades you can buy, and because we chose Asia, we get 50% off all these. Squad size 1 and 2 are probably one of the best upgrades you will get. And rapid recovery is also very useful. But
1 and 2 are going from 4 to 6.
Yeah.
1 is 5 and
the thing is, you also have to have an XCOM soldier with a certain rank. So that's why you want to take like a group of soldiers on the first few missions to get through this as quick as possible. You can also hire more soldiers
in order to get to like a mission where you've got one sergeant, one whatever else, and then like 5 other guys with you.
Yeah, and you can see we have all these recruits hanging out in the back. No Aussies. Damn.
Bit racist.
I started my game the other day and I had like 6 Aussies. All lasses. Very good. Very good team.
Yeah. Alright. I'm not surprised. Aussie lasses are better.
And
think about that, all of you who aren't Australian.
Aussie soldiers are also
Don't come and steal our women.
Contact detected.
Miss Universe was seriously a joke though.
Fucking Miss USA.
Okay, so here's another style of mission. We've contacted him, we've found him on our satellite and our radar. So now we scramble interceptors, which are those jets I was just talking about.
Alright.
In this case we have 2. Just wait, one thing. Just watch this.
Is that going to get fired directly into the air?
Just wait.
Oh, I like this.
How do they land?
We have eyes on the bandit.
Okay, so
you can research things as well, which give you other options down here. But basically, it's just a bunch of dice rolls. If our ship takes too much damage, we'll bug out. It's fine.
Okay.
At this early stage, these are more than adequate.
Okay.
In worst case scenario, we could have sent out the other interceptor.
So is this immediately going to start a new mission?
Yes, we've shot down a UFO, so now we can go and hunt down a crashed UFO, which is another style of mission.
Okay, well, when we start up this next mission, I think we should stop there and break it up into another one.
Get me a visual on that crash site.
Give everyone a little bit of a break.
A little bit of a breather.
Magnify.
Yeah, and we'll probably come back to the new mission.
Initial thoughts on XCOM?
I think I'm probably going to go home in peace.
Good call.
There's this thing where I keep looking at old RTSs like Age of Empires and things like that and going, man, those were good games. So, ignore. You can ignore it?
Yeah, you can ignore it if you don't think you have the troops to send. Because like, if you're sending in a troop of like 6 rookies, it might not be worth it if you've got a country that's got 0, like still not panicked at all, or you don't need the resources. It's just like, you know what, I might want to save and wait till like my good troops are.
Alright.
I've never ignored anything.
Yes, Age of Empires. Sort of, I'm interested in that sort of RTS sort of thing. But at the same time, I like the idea of random rolls.
It is kind of intriguing and kind of horrible at some stages.
Yeah. Well.
So you can see here, you can go into each one and equip them fully. That gives them plus. You can see stats on each thing. They have 5 HP plus 3, 1 for the nanovest, 2 for the body armor.
All right. So
I'll just load these guys out. And I think we'll call it.
Load them out, and we'll get ready to go.
We'll give
for the mission. So if you put this stuff on, and we got 4 soldiers there and 5 nanos, but if you had 3, and you put body armor on someone, and then realised that your sniper was going to be hanging back, could you just? So you got 3 vests, 4 people.
Yep.
You don't want to. You put a vest on your sniper first, and then you go to do the other 3 and realise you have got 3 assault guys, and none of them have the nano armor. Is that?
Yeah, I can jump all this equipment around anywhere.
All right. If you went straight into Sokolov and
way to be dyslexic.
Sokolov.
Alright, go on. No, go on.
What are you saying?
No.
Sokolov.
Alright, go on. Tell me. What
and you went into loadout and you went to nanovest. You could just take that off the other guy in this.
No, I'd have to go into him and remove the nanovest.
Remove it first. Okay.
But if a soldier's wounded or dead, their items will automatically come back into the gun.
Oh, okay. So they're wounded. Oh, well, I guess if they're wounded, do you have to do this every time?
No, they will retain this unless if they get wounded.
So if
then they become unwounded, they will have
comes back,
he will still have
this on as long as he's not wounded or dead.
I believe so.
Okay.
It's never something
that seems like a good way of doing it.
Okay, alright, so I guess we'll call this part here. Thanks for watching. I'm Paulie.
I'm a TJR. That's who I am. I'm a TJR.
We're out.